Hello, good afternoon, dear students. Once again, Avinash sir here with you. Yesterday, we were started to the unit number 1 causes and detection of damages. So, in the previous lecture, we were gone through various causes which tends to the damage our structure. First one was the distress in structure, earthquake was there, wind, flood, dampness, corrosion, fire, dilapidation. These are the various causes which tends to the damage of structure. Now let's see systematic approach of damage detection. There are some various steps which involve in the systematic approach towards the damage detection. Let's see one by one. First one is the preliminary investigation. Second, physical inspection. Third one is the material testing, non-destructive test, detailed investigation, study of available documents, estimation of actual loads and environmental effects, errors in design and construction. Ninth one, retrospective analysis. 10th, strengthening requirements, relevant approaches to repair. These are the various steps which are involved in the systematic approach towards the maintenance. So let's see in detail one by one. First of all, we are going to see the preliminary investigation. What we are going to do in preliminary investigation? In the preliminary investigation, we are going to collect the photographic data. That means if you are going to audit, you just have to take the photographs of different structural members. After that, conducting the interviews of concerned peoples. जो भी concerned peoples है, it may be employees, it may be owners, it may be watchman. ठीक है, ये सारे पीपल से क्या करोगे आप? यू पीपल बी इंटरव्यूज दिस पीपल्स. इन दिस टाइप ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन द बेस्ट पॉलिसी इज टू लिसन मोर एंड स्पीक लेस and record the interviews of these peoples. So in the preliminary investigation, you people just have to listen the local peoples and note down their opinions about that structure. Also discuss about environmental effects which lead to deterioration of concrete structure. If you listen the local peoples, they will tell you about the environmental effect. So you have to get the idea about environmental effects on that structure. Observe the crack nature, if any. If there is any crack in structure, you should just only observe it. Second step is physical inspection. This is very important, guys. If I am going to say you people go at the particular site and just do the structural audit, at that time you people just follow the steps. First of all, you will go there and do the preliminary investigation. In preliminary investigation, you people are capturing the photos, you people are interacting with the local persons. Also you are going to observe any crack. You also going to know about the climatic effect or environmental effect. This was first step. Let's move to the second step. Second step is the physical inspection. So what we are going to do in physical inspection? The physical inspection are carried out visually. हमें देख के physical inspection carry out करना है. Data collected from the various sources such as drawings, specification, interaction and discussion with the local citizens. That means you people just have to see the drawings, specification of that structure, and also you have to again interact with the local citizens who are living there. During physical inspection, more attention is given to correctness of material detailing, design, loading and exposure condition. While doing the physical inspection, you people have to take care of correctness of मटेरियल डिटेलिंग. जो भी मटेरियल डिटेलिंग ले रहे हो उसका करेक्टनेस होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. जो डिज़ाइन ले रहे हो वो करेक्ट होना चाहिए, अप्रॉक्सीमेट नहीं होना चाहिए. Again, they are saying that identification of visible structural and non-structural damages, quality construction, soil condition, and other non-structural elements. Also, you people have to observe the structural and non-structural damages, along with the quality construction. How is the soil condition? Is it settlement condition, or is there is hard strata? Also, non-structural elements failure you also have to judge. Documenting. After the physical inspection, let's see what is the next step. So next step is the material testing. Under material testing, the damaged or undamaged material condition shall be evaluated by physical, chemical and other testing techniques. That means they are suggesting us physical, chemical testing on the various materials. Sometimes whole structure loaded to observe the condition or response of various structural elements. That means our total building we have to load to check out the response of various structural elements. Structural elements means beam, column, slab. These are our structural elements. So this happen very rarely. To assess the damaged or distressed portion of structure, it is necessary to perform the testing on construction materials of the damaged part. So getting idea about the distressed portion, yes, it is necessary to testing on the damaged portion material. It is necessary to test the correct strength of concrete and steel material in the damaged portion of structure. Yes, this is a very important factor. Because concrete made for the taking compressive load and steel is for tension load. So these are the two main factors which we have to test for the strength. Next step is non-destructive test. After taking the test on material, it's time to do the some non-destructive test. So aim of testing material properties. So what is the aim of non-destructive testing? To test out the material properties. Though these tests are easy to perform and relatively less expensive to assess the in situ strength, quality, location of cracks, extent of cracks, void honeycombs, but their analysis requires special knowledge. What they are saying? Non-destructive tests are परफॉर्म करने के लिए ईजी है, बट फॉर एनालाइजिंग देयर रिजल्ट्स वी नीड स्पेशल नॉलेज. Generally used to know the concrete depth, bar diameter, bar location, extent of steel corrosion, permeability. So for the what reason we have to do the non-destructive test? They are saying concrete depth measure करने के लिए, for determining the bar diameter, bar की location पता करने के लिए, and to know about the extent of steel corrosion, also for the permeability. Last point, the non-destructive tests are mainly comprised of rebound concrete hammer test. उसमें कौन सी टेस्ट की जाती है? One is the rebound hammer test, another one is ultrasonic pulse velocity test, rebar locator test, core test. These are the main tests which are performed under the non-destructive test. After doing the non-destructive test, let's move further to the detailed investigation. Now it's time to investigate in detail. Assessment of distress nature, NDT methods, exact condition of exposure and loadings. Now in detailed investigation, we have to know the NDT method, what is the nature of distress, what are the actual condition on the site and what is the actual loading of the structure. Measurements may have to be made on the existing building to note the dimension of structural element. Now in the detailed investigation we are going to take again the measurements of actual structural members so that we can get the idea about loading and its diversion. Further, properties of structural material in the representative members will be necessary by conducting the various tests including soil test. So properties of structural material which are representative of our structure, we need to know the properties of that representative members. Necessary for analyzing and evaluating the safety of structure and to recommend the retrofitting or strengthening measure. So why we have to do the detailed investigation? What is the necessity of the detailed investigation? To analyze the or evaluate the safety of structure and to recommend the if there is any retrofitting or strengthening measures are required. After that we are going to study about the available documents like drawings, specifications. This history of structure shall be known partly or completely with the available documents. Drawings देख specification देख we can know the history of the structure. The study of available document will help in defining unexpected damages and crack propagations. If we study about the available documents, we get the idea about crack propagations and also get the some rough idea about the unexpected damages. Provide the information on simplifying the assumptions with respect to the structural behavior, analysis method and design loads. Also we get the design loads, analysis methods, also the structural behavior which made on the assumptions. If the complete drawing is available, then test becomes easy. If we have the drawing of that building, we know the various sizes of the structural members, so it is going to be easy for testing that members. Okay, now we are going to see the estimation of actual loads and environmental effects. When the actual load acting on the structure are much different than design loads, then expected cracking and damage may occur. If there is design loads are different and actual loading of the building is different, then there may be cracking and damage occurs. Helps for restoration, re-strengthening and corrective maintenance. If we estimate the actual loading, it will help to us for restoration, re-strengthening, corrective maintenance. इस काम में हमें आसानी होगी. The extreme temperature, humidity, industrial zone, etc. shall affect on the performance of serviceability problems. If there is humidity, industrial zone, this comes under the environmental effects. If your building is nearby the any industry or in the humidity area or in the extreme temperature area, that means we have to consider that factors which affect the performance of serviceability problems. So need to estimate environmental effect. Okay, this is the sub point of this point. Structure in earthquake prone area. If your structure is in earthquake prone area, this is the example to knowing the environmental effects. So this is about the estimation of actual loads and environmental effects. Next, now we are going to find out the errors in design and construction. There may be some errors in while doing the design and while doing the constructions. It is necessary to check the errors in design, detailing and construction. Yes, it is very necessary and important to check the design, detailing and construction. Sudden change in cross section. If there is any member who have the sudden change in cross section, suppose I can show here. Suppose this is your beam, which is rectangular in section up to this, but it gets circular from here and having diameter more than this. So this is the sudden change in cross section. Up to here it is small cross section, but suddenly it gets increased. So we have to check for that. Inadequate structure connection. If there is any structure connection which is inadequate, so we have to check out this. Imperfect geometry. If there is any imperfect geometry, we have to check that also. Poor detailing of reinforcement. If there is not properly fixed the reinforcement, not given the proper detailing of the reinforcement, that also we have to check. Wrong sequence in formwork removal process. It is very important. If you are removing the formwork of the structural members in wrong sequence, it will tends to the difficulty in the hardening of that particular member's concrete. So it ultimately affects the strength of structure. Imperfect compaction of concrete. Early removal of centering. Improper placement of steel. Also, these are the very important factors which we have to be study about that. After that, we need to see what are various strengthening requirements. This is also important point. If you need to jacketing the column, so in that case you have to provide the steel bars, good quality concrete. So these are the requirements which need to be strengthening, for strengthening. After that, relevant approaches to repair. After studying much more, now it's time to take the relevant approach to repair. First, repair techniques. We have to decide the various repair techniques and proceed work with proper plan specification. After deciding the techniques, we need to prepare the proper plan and specification. So guys, these are the various steps which we have studied in detail, and this is the systematic approach. So this is sufficient for today's lecture. Thank you so much guys.